is the 20th day of May 2023. A very good evening to you, and I trust that you are well. My name is Stanley Ringita, and later on at the tail end of this particular bulletin, we'll be getting a one-on-one conversation with a young Zaria Anjiri, who's right here with us on set. You can say hi. This particular camera. Yes, then we'll be, let's take a look at the headlines, then we'll get into that. Tonight, Kenyans assured of quality sugar in circulation as investigations into how the condemned sugar disappeared intensify. Also tonight, search for the extent of the Shakahola massacre widened to the Savo East National Park, with the exhumation exercise currently halted to plan for the autopsy of the 123 bodies exhumed in the second phase. Plus, battle for the control of the soul of Jubilee Party sharpens, with former President Kenyatta announcing a new venue for Monday's NDC. Rodanyama is on the sign language interpretation. Welcome to the bulletin. Now, officers from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations are conducting investigations on the circulation of the poisoned sugar that went missing from a Thika go-down. The probe is said to be intensified in the counties of Nairobi, Kiambu, Nakuru and Mombasa. And in what could be a safe phase, the Kenya Bureau of Statistics has assured Kenyans of the safety of all products in the market. Paul Kirobe leads us off tonight.
Investigating officers are pursuing leads on the circulation of the brown sugar packed in 20,000 50-kilogram bags that was imported into the country in June 2018 and later declared unfit for human consumption. According to sources, investigations by the DCI is being carried out in Thika, Mombasa, Nairobi, and Nakuru County. This comes even as the Kenya Bureau of Standards has assured Kenyans that all products in the market are safe for consumption and they should not worry. More questions are now coming up on how the circulation has been taking place, who are the masterminds of the business, and how it made its way out of the Thika go-down. Insiders say a section of politicians and two senior government officials might have orchestrated the release of the condemned sugar into the market. Already, a section of MPs from the Azimio coalition have piled pressure on who approved the poisoned sugar upon docking at the port of Mombasa, where the sugar was processed by the Kenya Bureau of Standards.
Sukari mbovu, ni nani alitoa approval hiyo sukari kutoka kwa port kuja kwa warehouse na hiyo sukari ikapelekwa kwa wananchi, na nani aliweza kuuza hiyo sukari? Hiyo maswali lazima tupate majibu.
On Friday, 14 bags of sugar were nabbed in Eastleigh town, and one businessman was arrested by police officers and is expected to be interrogated. The Kenya Bureau of Standards on Thursday announced the appointment of Esther Ngari as the acting managing director in a raft of new changes in the senior management after former MD Bernard Njiraini was suspended, paving way for investigations. Paul Kirobi, TV47.
And still on matters more probing, the Senate Ad Hoc Committee probing circumstances that led to the deaths in Shakahola has set foot in the crime scene for the first time. According to the chair of the 11-member committee, Senator Danson Mungatana, the legislators found 3 skeletons of bodies recovered in the forest by the security personnel who were conducting search and rescue. This even as the search for survivors has been extended to some parts of Savo East National Park in Taita Taveta County. The 11-member committee of Senate probing the Shakahola deaths has promised to nip rogue preachers who practice cultic teachings to the followers in the bud, making reference to controversial pastor Paul Mackenzie. On the second day in Kilifi County, the ad hoc committee chaired by Tana River Senator Danson Mungatana met with County Commissioner Josephat Biwott and later toured the crime scene in the forest.
There must be a way this Senate is going to act. We are going to bring in some form of control. We must balance between freedom of worship and public safety. They cannot be the way it is anymore. It cannot be. We cannot allow our people to go on dying as we have seen today.
As the senators snake their way into the forest where exhumation had taken place, they found 3 skeletons of bodies recovered in the forest by security personnel conducting search and rescue. This even as the legislators have stated that there was a need for the team of personnel to be increased so as to effectively do the operation.
The biggest request that is also needed that we've noted is an immediate setup of the police station named Mlango Mbaya, that is quite a distance, that needs to be immediately equipped. So we ask the CS to be able to fasten that police station.
It would be important that if there could be more additional rescue teams, that could also be able to improve and help this team that is very dedicated and is working here very well. That's maybe another just lapse, but any other technological capabilities, we have actually been able to see that the team that is here is well capable.
The government has also announced that the ongoing search for survivors in Shakahola Forest and Shakama Ranch will be extended on the edges of Savo East National Park in Taita Taveta County. The Interior Boss, Professor Kithure Kindiki, who is expected to tour the vast Shakahola Forest again next week, added that the exhumation process will resume after the postmortems are conducted. Now, as the government works round the clock to streamline operations at the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority, KEMSA, a section of legislators have come out to express their concern on the procurement process of medical equipment, which has been the mother of scandals in the Ministry of Health. Elizabeth Atieno now reports.
The Health Committee in the National Assembly now wants KEMSA to be assigned a warehousing and distribution mandate of all medical equipment rather than procuring them, so as to reduce the risk of corruption in the health department.
Kiria serikali itafute namna KEMSA ifanye tu kazi ya warehousing na distribution. Mambo ya procurement itolewe kwa KEMSA. Tubadilishe sheria, procurement ifanywe mahali pengine, alafu KEMSA iwe kazi yake ni kuweka warehousing na transportation, kuhakikisha kwamba hizo vitu inafikia kule mahali destination natakana.
The committee, led by Endebess Member of Parliament Robert Bukose, now wants the Ministry of Health to find a lasting solution to the state-owned agency, which has been grappling with corruption.
Kila wakati umeangalia, hata ukiangalia complaints hizi ni kwamba ile dawa wamesiweka hata kule kwa warehouse. Ni dawa ambazo mahitaji yake katika mahospitali zetu iko chini, haihitajiki. So unashindwa, mtu alikuwa ananunua dawa kuweka kwa warehouse, ila dawa haihitajiki. Kwa nini unafanya hivyo?
Vihiga Senator Godfrey Osotsi has lamented that the Ministry of Health has done the bare minimum in fighting corruption, as millions of taxpayers' money allocated to purchase drugs and medical equipment is mismanaged.
Tutaleta mswada kule bungeni kuhusu mambo ya KEMSA. Kwa sababu mnajua sheria ilibadilishwa kusema ma-counties zitanunua madawa kupitia kwa KEMSA. Na sasa kama KEMSA yenyewe iko na ufisadi, inamaanisha hata ma-county zetu zitakuwa na shida na kupata madawa.
A section of leaders in the North Rift have since lauded the president's move of suspending the entire KEMSA board.
The people who decided to mess around to attain their interest, I want to say to the president, thank you so much for becoming a man enough and taking action, including your own officers that you appointed the other day, by not asking them to step aside for investigation, but rather to tell them, go home as you wait investigation to proceed, and allow other people to take space and serve the Republic of Kenya.
And in KEMSA is good, and we urge you, any other person playing with public office, they need to go home.
On Friday this week, the Council of Governors accused the Ministry of Health of trying to sabotage county governments in the provision of healthcare services, further lamenting that the ministry is determined to transfer the health function from the devolved units to the national government.
The functions of health that are already devolved, when the national government through the Ministry of Health tries to implement the same using development partners that are funding the Ministry of Health, then that is clawback. So on the issue of the primary care networks, on the issue of upscaling CHVs or CHBs, we would like the national government to use existing structures for the counties to be able to implement the same.
In a recent report by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, health is the second leading institution in corruption at 88%. Elizabeth Atieno, TV47, Nairobi.
Our next matter is education, and President William Ruto has reiterated the government's commitment to narrow disparities in teacher-student ratio in public schools as part of reforms in the education sector. Speaking at Limuru Girls High School in Kiambu County, Ruto says his administration had stepped up efforts to hire more teachers to achieve an acceptable teacher-student ratio, as he defended the Finance Bill 2023 and the housing program, which he says will cater for employment of youth, urging Kenyans to support him.
Speaking at Limuru Girls High School in Kiambu County, President William Ruto has reaffirmed his government's agenda on ensuring the students-teacher ratio gap is reduced. As it stands today in the country, it's estimated that one teacher caters for 80 students.
To tell the people of Kenya is that for the first time, we have made a deliberate, intentional plan to create opportunities for jobs for millions of our young people. And that plan is what we want to implement. And the plan has many facets. Number one, tumesema ya kwamba ICT must give us opportunity to create e-commerce and to create e-jobs. And that is why we are rolling out 100,000 kilometers of fiber optic so that every citizen, wherever they are.
Further, the first in command said the government will invest similar efforts in enhancing funding of public universities. His statement comes amid uproar on the new model of financing university scholars and directive to fund only public universities.
Houses, we need at least 50,000 young people in Kiambu to work with us in those houses. Na mimi najua vijana wa Kiambu wanangojea, kwa sababu niliwaeleza wakati wa campaign tutapanga ajira ya hawa vijana. So mimi nataka niwaulize wa Kenya ya kwamba tushirikiane. Hii harakati yote tunapanga ni kwa sababu sisi wote, tuwe wazazi, tuwe wafanyikazi, tuwe wafanyabiashara, tunajua tuko na watoto wetu.
On the ongoing Finance Bill 2023 and the taxation debate in the country, President William Ruto has urged Kenyans to support him, especially on the 3% housing taxation. In his defense, President William Ruto says this will create employment for the youth.
In the opposition, we agree, all of us, on the subject of unemployment in Kenya, and that we must have a deliberate plan on how to sort out unemployment. I want to tell the good people of Kenya, my fellow countrymen and women, the plan, the government of Kenya now has a comprehensive, intentional plan on how to sort out unemployment.
For people who are earning 500,000 shillings and above, not every Kenyan is earning 500,000 shillings and above. And because the political class, including our governor here, are earning 500,000 shillings and above, I want to confirm to you, Your Excellency, that those of us in your team and many others even not in our team who appreciate the role that you are playing in uplifting the economy of our country, we are ready and we shall pay that incremental tax to make sure that those...
From Limuru, the president traversed Nyandarua County, where among other development projects launched the Engineer County Hospital, pledging the national government support in providing quality, affordable healthcare for all Kenyans. Elizabeth Mutuku, TV47, Nairobi.
Politics now, and plans are in high gear for the Jubilee National Delegations Convention to be held on Monday at the Ngong Rescos Course. This is after Jubilee Party leader, retired President Uhuru Kenyatta, announced the venue change in the local dailies. Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni says the convention will be attended by close to 4,000 delegates who will ratify the expulsion of rebel MPs. And as the Polycomar reports, Azimio principals led by Raila Odinga will grace the event.
Amid leadership wrangles in the former ruling Jubilee Party, retired President Uhuru Kenyatta has asserted his authority as party leader, asking party delegates to convene at the Ngong Racecourse on Monday in a notice published in local dailies changing the venue from the Bomas of Kenya, where the party was blocked from holding the NDC. The NDC, to be attended by Azimio principals, is expected to ratify the expulsion of Jubilee Rebel MPs, who have since decamped to President William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza.
We do this because we know the behavior of those people and the executive. They have not been keen to get NDC moving. They have not been keen to get Jubilee doing what it should do.
The NDC has stoked controversy after the breakaway faction led by Yala MP Kanini Kega, who are now supporting the president, declared the Monday event as a mere political gathering.
And if they go ahead to convene a meeting on Monday, it will just be assumed that it's just another political rally, which anybody is free, but it is not binding, and it is not legally binding.
Section 14(5)(e) of the Political Parties Act of 2011 states, a person who, while being a member of a political party, promotes the ideology, interest, or policies of another political party shall, notwithstanding the provisions of subsection 1 or the provisions of any other written law, be deemed to have resigned from the previous political party. Apul Kamau, TV47.
And from politics to health, 7 cases of cholera have been confirmed in Kirinyaga County, even as the county government of Kirinyaga intensifies its campaigns against the spread of the disease. Speaking during a sensitization forum at Ndia Technical and Vocational College, the county executive committee member for health, George Kaloki, said the 7 cases have been in the course of the month detected in Gasharu and Kwaviini in Kirinyaga West constituency. Residents have been urged to work with the government to ensure the disease does not spread across the county.
Speaking during a cholera sensitization forum at Ndia Technical and Vocational College, County Executive Committee member for Health in Kirinyaga County, George Kaloki, has confirmed an outbreak of cholera. 7 cases were confirmed from Gasharu and Kwavi in Kirinyaga West constituency. He says the disease has been a menace in the neighboring counties in the last 1 year.
The health department team to bring to the attention of our communities and our population in Kirinyaga County, in that we have had cases of cholera in our county, and therefore we need to bring information to them so that they can be aware of what they should be expected to do. And we learned and realized that there were important cases from our neighboring counties, because our neighboring counties have had cases of cholera.
Kaloki says 1 person has been treated and discharged, while 2 have been stabilized, and the other 4 are under observation at Sagana Sub-County Hospital.
As I've said, we have 7 cases. 2 of them have been admitted, and 4 are being followed up, and we are also following up the contacts, and we have been able, in our own doing, issued aquatabs for the treatment of water sources.
He adds that they have launched a sensitization campaign for the prevention and control of the disease.
Kirinyaga County, we have done a lot of awareness in our communities, and until last February is when we got a case, or some few cases from.
He has urged the street food vendors to observe hygiene to prevent the spread of the disease.
What we are saying is that not only those who are street preparers of food, but also them that have also hotels, they must have to up the game. They must have to improve in terms of hygiene.
He added that some of the residents should work together with the government to ensure the spread of the disease does not escalate.
Most importantly is to speak to our people and tell them that hygiene must be done well in terms of hand washing, in terms of cooking food well.
He says some of the signs and symptoms of cholera include rice watery diarrhea, vomiting and stomach discomfort. Vera Alberta, TV47, Nairobi.
And mobile phone manufacturer Tecno has launched its latest flagship, the Common 20, which promises to revolutionize Kenya's mobile phone experience. The Common 20 series offers a wide variety of cutting-edge, remarkable capabilities, state-of-the-art advanced technology, and unique design. Tecno Kenya promises a smartphone that exceeds expectation and seamlessly integrates with every aspect of the users' lives.
My name is Anthony Brian Otieno.
We're here to launch the new device in the market that is called the Camon 20 series, that is purely about photography and video recording. Yeah.
So how has Tecno Camon 20 set itself uniquely in the market, considering the emerging trends?
So currently, there are quite a number of emerging trends. One is about connectivity. We are talking about the 5G connectivity. We are also talking about the artificial intelligence. We are talking about the eSIM and the mobile payment applications. And that is a solution that Camon 20 is bringing into the market. And when I say this, I mean that our premium, the flagship series in the Camon range, comes with a 5G connectivity. So it means that when you're going to in a 5G enabled environment, then you'll browse very fast, no lagging if you're a person to use the internet frequently.
It's an epitome of the innovation, delivering a smart